Okay, just in case you guys wanted a part 2, because I have 2 phones. One phone isn't online when I want to be off the grid, and I can still make videos, and I can still listen to music. I turn off the other phone because I know people have tracked me many times with my phone, shut my credit cards off at certain times when they didn't want me to buy certain things, and I don't want to go through that again. And you might say I'm a tinfoil hat wearing freakazoid, but when I did that march from Soka University to the Federal Building, and when I took busloads of Soka students to the protests up in San Francisco, every time I worked for the bank, and I called the banking office and I said, I'm going on this trip, so please don't cut off my spending because I know you're going to think someone stole my credit card and I'm on a road. They said, okay, no, we'll put that in the computer that you're on the road. I didn't tell them I was going to a protest. I just said I'm going to San Francisco and I'm going to be spending a lot of money with my credit cards, and I work for the bank, so don't freaking cut off the funding for my trip. And sure enough, it got cut off because they don't like peace institutes have marches, and peace institutes get people on buses and take them up to other marches. So every time I had those kind of things, my freaking credit cards would get shut down. Even when I didn't go on a trip, when I had it from my own school, because I needed to buy refreshments for the people, I didn't want people passing out on the freaking march. And since Soka University was trying to ban my march by saying the club that I founded, it wasn't an official club, which is the reason why we didn't want to become official, because officialdom is exactly like it sounds, it's boring as fucking hell. And we were trying to change the reality into something more exciting than the boring shit that people have been causally inculcating themselves and causally incarcerating themselves into believing is more real than another choice for something more orgasmic, which we were choosing. So most of the people, after one of their teachers got fired, it was their idol, they all left. I wasn't really into that guy. He was interesting, but I didn't feel that was my story. But I did think a lot of them went overboard, and I do agree that the guy who was the dean of faculty, because every time I went to a protest march, they said, why is your fucking dean of faculty saying all this bullshit support for the war when he's the fucking dean of faculty of a fucking peace institute? And I was like, yeah, I know, he's a fucking right-winger, because I've tried to have people that I find progressive activist type speakers come to the school, and he tried to block it and say, oh, if Noam Chomsky comes, then we got to have another person to counter his revolutionary or his far alt left view. So basically any far leaning right winger, warmongering, because I have actual physical documents of his speeches and his posts on internet that no longer exist, that I have copies of his war-mongering support of the carpet bombing of Iraq. Iran, they all wanted Iran, they still wanted Iran, because Iran doesn't support the Holy Land, and he's a holy roller because he's part of the chosen tribe of Israel. Anyway, he doesn't say that out loud, but he does say it in his private conversations that I did record and have thoroughly documented, that if anyone wants to say, oh my God, you're being pretty unbiased, you're being pretty biased to the former dean of faculty and you're not looking at the full story. No, you don't know the full story because the full story hasn't been told to you. And this guy's on the almost on the wrong side of the road. Shizzle me whistle. Okay. Anyway, that's a long story. I have so many long stories that it takes forever. I gotta get some water. I don't want to be talking all night. But I left my other phone. I turned it off with a 40% battery, so that I can at least, have the guys come help me out later. I hope there's a store somewhere, man. I've been walking forever. Ever and a day. Whew. What if I just take my car Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll come take my car in the morning. I got to take it in for service. And I'm coming to El Cajon, which is right over here. Take my car up there in the morning and get the people to drive it. So I just got to find out public transportation home because I don't have enough for Uber and Lyft this month because I'm still paying off my wife and daughter's trip here. And I want them to come back in February, but I don't see yet that opening up as a possibility unless I'm willing to fucking be a lot more magical than I've been choosing to be with in regard to money. So, anyway, that's a whole long story. Whew. I got a penny. Find a penny, pick it up. All the day Joshua Israelovich will... Oh, I didn't just say that. Shit. Joshua, the chosen one of the Israelites. That's what I meant. He done told you to come out of the woodworks and stop believing in the devil, which is everything that Yeshua didn't say on the Bible, on the cross. As if fucking the Bible came out of the cross or something. Anyway, we keep going on to religion. I don't want to talk about religion. I want to talk about something more inspiring and more eloquent and more not exciting. What's the word? More enlightening. Yeah, let's talk about something more enlightening. So here goes the people hanging out at the Brigantine. Next month when I have some money, I'll hang out at the Brigantine. But this month I had a freaking tough time. The last 2 months in sales because I moved to a new sales place that's not doing as well as all the other places I worked at. Actually doing progressively worse each one I went from the top one to the bottom one. Progressively got slower. But even the people at the other one that was faster, they're saying it's slow there too. So it's not like I'm the only one suffering. Maybe I'm just suffering just to be liked by them. I don't know. Because that's what sometimes it's just all about programming. Oh, because everyone else is being poor and being destitute, you have to choose it too, because then otherwise you won't be compassionate or something like that. So everything that is, and everything that brings up for you and me and everyone else doing it, I destroy and uncreate it all, right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and box, shorts, whatever. Because really, if you're a Buddha of absolute freedom, it's just a choice. I'm going to go down there and get some water. That's what I'm going to do. I'll be right back.